Thank you so much for joining me in this lecture. This is Gurpal Singh from Gursur Education, and as you all know that I have already delivered you the lecture regarding the basics of number series, in which I have taught you regarding different mathematical operations by applying of which you can easily solve any kind of number series questions. So in that lecture, we talked about the basics of number series only. We talked about the different methods which involve the addition, then subtraction, then multiplication. And after that, I taught you regarding how to find the equations where squares can be used and where cubes can be used. And finally, I taught you the most important method of number series, and that was mixed method, in which multiplication is applied along with some other mathematical operations like addition and subtraction. I hope you would have gone through from that video lecture completely. And now in this video lecture, we are going to talk about some examples of number series. And one by one, I shall explain you all the concepts regarding number series. And I shall tell you the basics which we have studied, where you can apply those basics, how to find that a certain method can be applied to certain given equation or given number series. So in this lecture, we are going to talk about the different examples, illustrations, and I shall solve all the illustrations in a very detailed manner. And one by one, I shall explain you all the concepts. I shall tell you everything. I shall tell you each step by following of which you can easily find any kind of number series. So in total, there shall be the test, there shall be 10 number series questions which I shall be solving in this video lecture. And after solving these 10 questions, we shall deliver you a PDF notes of containing 10 more questions for test of number series. If you go through from the from this lecture and the basic lecture of number series, then I believe that you can easily find any kind of number series, and you can get maximum marks in that test as well. So now just going to share you the screen of number series explanation questions. So this is about the screen. All right. So it has been written that the topic is number series. So multiple choice question. I think there is mistake of the spelling of multiple, but we are not concerned about that. We have to move further with the questions regarding the number series. And I hope before starting this video, you have already gone through from all the basics of number series. All right, I think that now you would be able to see everything what we have prepared for you. So in this slide, it has been written that we are going to do number series multiple choice questions. And I must tell you that as I have already explained you, these questions are relevant not from only NetJRF point of view, but if you are appearing for any examination, then these are very must and very knowledgeable to go through. So one by one, there shall be number of questions. I think we are going to explain 10 questions in this video lecture for a number series. I shall explain you in detail, and I shall tell you each and every method of basics of a number series about which we have already delivered the lecture for you. So on the basis of all these methods, and then we shall see that what has been asked in the specific question, and then we shall try to answer this in detail. So each and every question shall be explained to you in a detailed manner. And I must tell you, if you go through from this video lecture, then you shall be able to enhance your knowledge to the level that I think only practice should be there. Then you can be easily able to qualify any examination or like any question which is asked from number series. And in the upcoming lecture, we shall be talking about different subjects regarding mathematics. But in this lecture, I'm going to explain you all the questions, all the 10 questions, and we shall post
test of next 10 questions as well. Okay, so these are going to be sent to you via PDF. Okay, so a PDF shall be sent to you, then you shall be given some questions, 10 questions like, and that will be your test. First of all, I shall explain you each and every topic, and now I'm just going to show you the first question. A sequence shall be there, then we shall try to find what can be placed at the place of question mark. So this is question 1. Okay, series has been given. It has, I think, 6 elements. The first element is 8, the second one is 4.5, the third is 5.5, fourth is 13, then fifth is 56, and sixth has been asked to us, and question mark is given. That means this they are asking that what can be placed at the given question mark option. Okay, so this is the question. I have not written any kind of options here because my purpose is to teach you only. Okay, because regarding basics we have already given you a video lecture. I have given you details of different methods for number series, and on the basis of these methods we shall try to find how can we find the answer of a specific question. So we shall directly come to the answer. Okay, we shall not choose any kind of options, we shall directly find the answer. So I shall tell you how you can find these kind of questions. Okay, so 6 elements or the 6 digits have been given to you. Now integers, whatever you can say, 6 numbers have 5 numbers have been given to you, and at the place of 6 there is question mark, and the question is saying you what shall come at the place of a question mark. All right, now I have already told you that how you can find these kind of questions. Okay, so the first method I taught you, that was regarding addition. Addition cannot be applied here because after 8 here comes 4.5, and after 4.5 here comes 5.5. Neither addition nor subtraction method can be applied, and if we go through from the simple differences method. Okay, so if we are following the differences method, that will also not be viable because the difference of first and second element is large than the difference of a third and second element. Okay, so there is none kind of a symmetry in the differences. Okay, if we find that the first difference is 3.5, then 1, then I think that would be, if I'm not wrong, it would be 6.5. So it's not making any kind of a proper series to be find out. Now I tell you how what you can do. You should try that whether you should try to go with the mixed method. Okay, in mixed method I have told you that you first of all you must try with multiplication or a division, and you should see that whether after multiplication or a division the answer can be obtained. If this is not obtained, then you have to apply some other methods along with these as well. So now I know that you would not be able to understood what I have told you right now, but when we shall apply these actually, then you shall get to know what I actually did mean about this. So here we have to find how 4.5 comes on the basis of 8. Okay, how 5.5 comes on the basis of 4.5, how 13 comes on the basis of 5.5, how 56 comes on the basis of 13. So now I shall tell you how it comes. Okay, I have already explained you. I think it's not need to go again, that plus minus or a differences method is not applicable in these kind of situations. Okay, so I have to find how 4.5 comes on the basis of 8. Okay, so if I multiply 8 by 1.2, or simply 8 multiplied by 0.5, okay, then I get 4. Okay, then I get 4. So I'm just writing here, if I multiply 8 by 1 half, then I get 4. Okay, 4 is the value. 4 is the value. But here is 4.5, then you can see that here is an addition of 0.5, then we get the value of 4.5. Okay, So this is called the mixed method, in which first of all you have to apply some kind of a mathematical operator. Like in this specific case, we have applied multiplication. After multiplication, we got to know that the answer is not equal to 4 was not equal to 4.5. So that's why we have applied some other mathematical operator as well, and that were plus. Okay. So when we plus zero point 0.5 in 4, we got 4.5. Now we have to find how 5.5 comes on the basis of 4.5. Okay. So when I multiply 4.5 by 1, when I multiply it by 1, then I get the value of 4.5 again. Okay. But 4.5 is lesser than 5.5, and when I plus 1 in 4.5, then I get the value of 5.5. So this is the logic actually. Okay. So first was the mathematical operator, that was multiplication, and the second one was 1. And now we have to find the next. So I think now you should be able to find the answer of this question completely. Okay. So on the basis of 5.5, when you are supposed to find the 13, how shall you find? When I multiply 5.5 by 2, I get the value of 11. And when I plus 2 in that, I get the value of 13. And this is the third value. This is the third value. Now, I have to find the value of 56 on the basis of 13. Okay. So when I multiply 13 by 4, then I get the value of 52. And when I plus 4 in that, then I get 56. That is the case. So now we have to find what shall come at place of a question mark on the basis of 56. So I am just writing here 56. I have to apply multiplication, because in all the previous 4 cases, this is first, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. In all the previous cases, we had applied multiplication. So first of all, multiplication should be there. Now I have to find by which digit or which numeric I have to multiply 56. This is very simple. The first one was 1/2, then it was 1, then it was 2, then it was 4. Then you can get to know that there is the square of the previous figure. Like when half was squared with 2, we get when it was multiplied by, when it was multiplied by 2, we get 1. When 1 was multiplied by 2, we got 4. When we when we multiplied 2 by 2, then we got 4. And now if we multiply 4 by 2, then we get 8. That means 56 should be multiplied by 8. So as I have told you, what should be your strategy? What you have to do is just to multiply 56 by 8, and when you multiply, you can get the answer of this. You can get the value basically, and after that we shall make some addition to that value, and we shall get the final answer. So I'm just multiplying 56 by 8, and if I multiply, I get just let me calculate. This is going to be 448, and after that, okay, so 448 should be the basic figure, but you know that there is the addition of some other number as well. Like in the first, there was the addition of 0.5, then there was addition of 1, there was addition of 2, then there was addition of 4. That means each and every value which is to be added is being doubled. So that's why here should be the value of 8. And how do you get it? You just multiply 4 by 2, you get 8. And when you add 440 and 8, you get the resultant figure at 456, and that should be your resultant answer, and it should come at the place of a question mark. So in this way, I have answered the first question, and now just this is the time for moving toward the second question. And I must tell you, this is how you can solve these kind of questions. So now just going further, this is the question number 2. Again, a series has been given, and it has 4 elements in total. The first is 19, second 16, then there is 3, third is 44, then the fourth one is 107, and this is the question mark. I think there is some kind of problem in this series, because I had seen while posting the question there should be 9. Let me just confirm that. Okay, just wait for 1 second. Let me confirm all my systems. All right, I've got that. Here should be the value of 9. Okay, at the first place there is 9. Okay, at the first place there is 9. So there is 9, there is 16, then 44, then 107, and then question mark is there. So now with this series you can simply see that this is in ascending order. This is in ascending order. The first value is 9, then it is increased to 16, then it increases to 44, then it increases to 107, then we don't know what shall come at the place of question mark. So now what we do, we simply just go with addition. We cannot go, actually we cannot go with the addition because the differences are large. The first difference is of 7, then there is difference of 28, I think. 44 minus 16, yes, this is 28, and that would not be viable to apply this method of summation. Method of subtraction is also not viable. The reason being this series is in ascending order now, but I feel that method of differences should be viable here. Okay, method of differences should be viable here because we are coming some values at which the operation of squares can be applied, which I have already taught you in the basics of a number series. So the first difference is the difference of 7. How I got the difference? 16 minus 9. The second is difference of 28. 44 minus 16 is 28. And the third one is the difference of when I make subtraction of 44 from 107, then I get the value of 63. Okay. So now I feel that this question is not going to be difficult further, because we are not supposed to find the further differences. I taught you that you must be aware of squares and cubes, squares and cube roots. Okay, so I told you in the basics video lecture of number series. So now, but just merely looking at these three figures, this is 7, this is 28, this is 63, you can get to know that there is the mathematical operation of a cube, finding the cube. If you apply this, you can easily find this question. Okay, now just going to write it here again. So the first difference was the difference of 7, the second was 28, and the third one was 63. So now if you how we get the value of 7, we have to find that first of all. Okay, so when you find the cube of 2, you get the value of 8. Okay, when you deduct 1 from 8, you get the value of 7, and this is the way how you got the first difference. Okay, in the second case, there is the value of 28. When you make the cube of 3, you get the value of 27. When you plus 1 in that, then you get the value of 28, and this is how you get the second value. At the case of third one, this is 63. 63 is very close to the cube of 4. When you make the cube of 4, you get the value of 64, and when you minus 1 from that, you get the value of 63. So this is how you got the third difference. Now, first of all, we have to find the fourth difference. Okay, difference between the value of a question mark and the value of a 107. And this is very easy to go through. Okay, this is very simple. At the first difference, there was the value of 2. Then it increased to 3. Then it increased to 4. That means there shall be the value of 5. Here should be, so, I placed it the power of 4, but it should be 3. Okay, so here should be 5. When I make the cube of 5, I get the value of 125. Okay, that is 125. And when Now we have to see what should be added or deducted in that. We can see from the previous figure. In the first figure, there was subtraction of 1. In the second, there was summation of 1. In the third, there was subtraction of 1. That means there shall be summation of 1. And when we add 1 into 125, we get the value of 126. So the difference, the fourth difference should be 126. Okay. Now you can simply answer that. Okay. When you add 7 and 9, you get 16. When you add 28 and 16, you get 44. Okay. When you add 63 in 44, you get 107. That means you have to add 126 in 107 to get the value to be placed at the question mark, and that comes to be 126 plus 107, and that comes to be 233, and that shall be our answer to be placed at the level of a question mark. So this is how you can find the next question. I'm just moving further and believe that you would have understood this completely. So this is going to be our third question. Again, in this question, there have been given 5 elements or the 5 numbers. This is first is 7, then 14, then 30, then there is 56, then there is 93. And the last one is question mark. Okay, we have to find what value shall come at the place of a question mark. Now I just find that. Okay, method of differences. First of all, we shall move with the method of differences. Okay, so when we reduce 7 from 14, okay, method of differences, I hope you have gone through from the basic video lecture of number series of mine, which I have delivered you at on Friday or Saturday, I think. If you have gone through, method of differences is very easy to understand for you. So when we reduce 7 from 14, we get the value of 7. When we reduce 30 from 14 from 30, we get the value of 16. And when we reduce 30 from 56, we get the value of 26. And when we reduce the value of 56 from 93, we get the value of 37. All right, we have understood that. Now you have to see whether you can apply square roots or cube roots. Square root or cube roots. Okay, so by just merely looking at the series, you can get to know that you cannot apply these. Okay, because if you are applying squares, then the square of 3 shall be 9, and the square of 4 shall be 4 shall be 16, but then you shall not be able to find 26 and 37. So this is why method of squares and method of a cube is not cube will not be valid as well. Okay, because the first cube shall be cube of 2 shall be 8, cube of 3 shall be 27, and we shall not be able to find 16. This is why the method of cube or square cannot be applied further. I'm just writing it here again. So that was 7, that was 16, that was what was that? Okay, that was 26, and that was 37. Yes, okay, that was 37. Now we shall move with the further differentiation. Okay, further differentiation, if we make, then we get the value of 9 first of all. Then the differentiation of 26 minus 16, that comes to be 10. Differentiation of 37 with 26, that comes to be 11. Okay, that is making a simple series. Just addition of 1 in all that. Okay, so here is 9, here is 10, here is 11. Certainly here shall be 12. So that in this way we can easily get the answer, and I must tell you how. When you add 7 with 9, you get the value of 16. When you add 16 with 10, you get the value of 26. When you add 26 and 11, you get the value of 37. Now when you add 37 and 12, you must get the value of 49. Okay, 49 should be there. Now make further relations. Okay, when you add 7 in this 7, you get 14. When you add 14 in 16, you get 30. When you add 30 in 26, you get 56. When you add 56 and 37, you get the value of 93. Now you have to add 49 and 93 in order to get the value what shall come at the place of a question mark. So when you add in 93 49, you get the value of I'm just making the addition of that 93 plus 49, and that should be 142. Okay, 142 shall be your right answer, and it shall be placed at the level or position of a question mark. So these were the first three questions, and I hope you would have got the complete idea of how these kind of questions are answered. Now just moving further, and this is going to be the question number 4th, and this is again containing I think 5 elements in detail, and the 6th one is missing. The first one is 23, then there is 39, then there is 32, then there is 4th is 48, 5th is 41, 6th one is missing. So now we have to find what shall come at place of a question mark, and it seems to me very easy. Okay, first of all, I shall be going through from with the method of differentiation. Okay, because by now I have got to know merely by looking at the series that the method of summation, method of minus, or method of multiplication, division, even squares or cubes is not viable in that situation. I have got to know that you should also got to know right now, because we have solved number of questions in our video explanation videos lectures as well. Okay, we shall move with the method of differentiation. The first difference is difference of 16 when we reduce 23 from 39. Okay, the second difference is difference of minus 7. 32 minus 39, this is minus 7. The third difference is again of 16. 48 minus 32, this is 16. The fourth difference is 41 minus 48, again minus 7. Okay, now I'm going to give you a very basic keynote. Okay, keynote. When you start moving, this is element first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, when you start moving from this way onwards, you should stick to this way. Okay, like we are reducing 2 from 1, then you should reduce 3 from 2, then you should reduce 4 from 3, 3 from 4. Okay, so that should be your sequence of making the subtraction, and this is sequence is very important, otherwise your question can be wrong. Okay, so first of all, I reduced 23 from 39, the from second element the first element. Okay, when I reduced it, I got 16. When I reduced 39 from 32, I got minus 7. Again I got 16. Again I got minus 7. And this is a very simple series. The logic is in front of you right now. That was 16, 7, 16, minus 7. The logic is with you. First was 16, then minus 7, then 16, then minus 7. Again, certainly there shall be 16. And when you add 41 in 16, you get the value. What can be the at the place of question mark? And this is 57, and this is our right answer of this question. And now I hope and I believe you would have got the idea of how the differentiation work. And I posted this question intentionally so that you can get to know that even in the differentiation, when the differences are small, the negative value can also be there. Okay, some kind of sequences in this way can also appear in the question. So now I hope you would have got a complete idea of this kind of a question. Now we move further, and this is going to be the question number 5th. Again, in this question, 5 elements have been given. This is 6, and this is then this is 16, then this is 45, then this is 4, this is 5th is 901 and 917. Question mark is there. Okay, now you can see that in this case differences are huge. Differences are huge. First is 6, then 16, then 45, then 184. Differences are huge. That means a method of summation, method of subtraction, method of differences, these shall not work at that specific situation. Then Method of square root, that will also not work, okay, because any kind of square is not going to make even closer to 45 or 100 184. Method of cubes shall also not work, because even any kind of a cube, like this is cube of 4, this is cube of 5 or 6, that is not going to be closer to any of the number. So now the only option left is us with to go with the method of multiplication. We have to find how 16 shall come on the basis of 6, how 45 shall come on the basis of 16, how 184 comes on the basis of 45, how 917 comes on the basis of 184. Okay, now I tell you, I shall be applying the method of multiplication. I'm just writing here how 16 shall come on the basis of 6. First of all, write here 6, okay. Okay, we write each and every element, okay. So here we shall write 16. This is also the way, this is also the fastest way of solving the questions, okay. I'm just writing here all the figures so that we can apply these two all simultaneously, and if we are doing that, then I think a question can be answered fastly. Then there is question mark and we don't know what shall come at this place. So method of multiplication must be there. So I am just applying the sign of multiplication everywhere. So when I multiply 6, so now you have to get the idea by how much figure the 6 shall be multiplied so that it becomes very closer to 16. This is very easy. When you multiply 6 by 3, you get very close to 16, and that is the value of 18. Okay, when you reduce 2 from 18, you get the value of 16. This is how you obtain 16. Then 16 is there. You have to find how 45 comes on the basis of 16. Again, if I am multiplying 3 in 16, then I get the value of 48. And if I reduce 3 from 48, I get the value of 45. And that was easy to go through. So now what shall come at the place of this question mark so that we are closer to 184, because now we have to find how 184 comes on the basis of 45. So what should be our strategy? I'm going to tell you right now. This is like first of all, if we multiply 45 by 3, we get the value of 135, and that would not be viable. If we multiply 45 by 4, we get the value of just let me calculate. This is 180. Okay, this is 180, and when we plus 4 in that, we get the value of 185. And I must tell you, I have not solved this question before. So this is we have got the value of 184. Now on the basis of 184, we have to find how 917 comes. Okay, so there was multiplication of 3, there was multiplication of 4, here should be the multiplication of 5. So when we multiply 184 by 5, then we get the value of here is when 5 is multiplied by 1, we get the value 500. When we multiply it by 8, we get the value of 400. And when we multiply 5 by 4, we get the value of 20. So 920. Okay. So when we multiply 184 with 5, we get the value of 920. We have to get the value of 917. Okay, this is very easy now. When we minus 3 from 920, we get the value of 917. That was easy to understand. So now we have to find the value of a question mark, and now sequence is all there. You can easily go through and understand. At this value, there was 3, there was 4, there was 5. Certainly there shall be 6. Okay, there shall be 6. So when there is 6, so how can you find that? Okay, so now let me multiply 907 with 6 first of all. So when I multiply 6 by 9, I get the value of 5400, and when I multiply 6 by 10, then I get the value of 60. When I multiply 6 by 7, then I get the value of 42, and when I make sum of all these things, then I get the value of 5502. This is also how the fastest multiplication can be done. I hope you would have got my idea, and in this way you can practice yourself as well. So when we multiply 917 by 6, we get the value of 5502. And now, what should be your idea? Okay, just leave the first one because it's not making any kind of a combination with the others. So first there was -3, then there was +4, then there was -3, and there should be +4 now. If we +4 in 5502, we get the value of 5506, and that should be our right answer. So in this way, I think you would have got the complete idea of how these kind of questions can be solved. That was somewhat tricky. And now I hope that you would have got the idea regarding the method of multiplication as well. So now I am just going forward for the next question, and this is going to be the question number 6. All right, this is the question number 6, and again in this question there have been given 4 elements. Okay, this is question number 6. The first element is 11, then 20, then 38, then there is given 74, and there is question mark, and we have been asked what shall come at the place of a question mark. By just merely looking at the C, you can get to know that the very basic method of multiplication would suffice to answer this question. Okay, because 20 can be obtained from 11 easily, 38 can be obtained from 20 easily, and 74 can be obtained from 38 easily. And I'm going to tell you how. Okay, so just placing here the combination of all possible elements, I'm writing here 11, then 20, then I'm going to write here 38, then at the fourth place I'm going to write here 74. Okay, just going to write here the sign of multiplication. Okay, sign of multiplication is there with all. And now if we, what should be the minimum number which should be multiplied with 11 so that we get very close to 20, and we all know that this is 2. Okay, when we multiply 11 by 2 we get 22, and when we minus 2 from that we get the value of 20. In the same way, when we multiply 2 with 20 we get the value of 40, which is very closer to 38, and when we minus 2 from that we get the value of 38, and this is very easy. In the same way, we have to multiply 2 with 38 so that we get close to 74, and when we multiply this by this we get the value of 76, and when we minus 2 from that we get the value of 74, and that is the answer. Okay, so in the same way the combination is there every time we have the multiplication with 2 and we have a subtraction of 2. So now when we multiply 2 with 74, then we get the value of 148, and when we reduce 2 from that then we get 146, and that should be the right numeric of our answers, which shall come at the place of question mark. And I hope this question was very easy to comprehend and it would not be very difficult for you. After 10 questions I'm making you aware again that there shall be the test of 10 questions, and in the PDF file which we send you on daily basis, like notes of these questions shall be there. Then you are supposed to attempt these all, and in case of any query, any questions, you can ask us. So now going to move further. This is going to be the question number 7, and this is asking 14, then 25, then 47, 91, question mark, then 355. This question is asking us what shall come at the place of a question mark, and now this is different from another questions. And how this is different, it's Very easy to find the difference. The question mark is not on the end of the series. This is in between the series. Okay, now we have to find what shall come at here. So again, uh, I think by just merely looking at the series, this is my experience. Okay, this is my experience, and you can also have that if you practice on daily basis these kind of questions from different website or from anywhere. Okay, so because differences are very huge, 14, 25, 47, 91, question mark 355, it's very easy to get that the method of multiplication should be viable first of all to be applied. So just going to write here some elements, just going to write here first, second, third, then fourth should be there, then fifth should be there. Going to write here 14 first of all, then 25, then I'm going to write here 47, then I'm going to write here 91. Then we shall see what shall come at place here. Okay, so right now, by now I'm just ignoring this. If we can able to find the value of a question mark only on the basis of these four, then we shall find. Otherwise we shall use 355 as well. We shall see what happens, because I have not solved this question before. So just writing here the sign of multiplication. So if I multiply, what should be the minimum number which should be multiplied by 14 so that we get very closer to 25? Okay, so when I multiply 14 with 2, then I get the value of 28, which is very close to 25. Now if I reduce 3 from that, then I get the value of 25. So this should be our strategy. Okay, so the next one is when what should be the minimum value which should be multiplied with 25 so that we get closer to 47. Again, this is 2. When we multiply 2 with 25, we get the value of 50, and when we reduce 3 from that, we get the value of 47. Now what should be the minimum value which should be multiplied with 47 so that we get closer to 91? Okay, it's again 2. Okay, when we multiply 47 by 2, we get the value of 94. When 94 from 94 3 is reduced, we get the value of 91, and that is our fourth figure. Now this is very easy to understand and go through, because when we multiply 2, because here is the multiplication of 2 in all the previous elements. So we have to multiply 91 with 2, then we get the value of 182. And there is a reduction of a 3 in all the previous elements. So when we reduce 3 from 182, we get the value of 179. And now you can get to know that without use of the last element, we have found the answer which shall come at the place of a question mark. So 179 should be our right answer, and this is we have found in this way by simple using the mixed method. And what is this mixed method? I have already explained you in the basic lecture. First of all, you have to apply some kind of a mathematical operation, and mainly this is multiplication, and after multiplication you have to apply some other mathematical operation as well. These can be summation, or these can be minus. Okay, so now we move further, and this is going to be the question number 8, and this is containing the 5 elements: the first, the second, then third, then fourth, then fifth. And there is question mark, and the question is saying us then what shall come at the place of a question mark. Okay, so now we see what we can do with this particular series. Okay, again the differences are not smaller, but all right, first of all we move with the method of differences. Okay, because maybe for further differentiation can make or decipher some kind of conclusion. So that's why I'm just going to start with the method of differentiation. So I shall reduce from element second the element first, then from element third the element second, from element fourth the element third, and so on. In this way I shall be reducing. Okay, So when I reduce 11 from 24, I get the value of 13. When I reduce, I'm writing here below, okay, because, so that drawing can be made easily. So when I reduce 24 from 44, I get the value of 20. When I reduce 44 from 70, I get the value of 26. When I reduce 70 from 101, then I get the value of 31. Okay, so this is the case. It's not making any kind of good series so that we can make any kind of conclusion like a square or a cube. So we can make the further differentiation as well. So when, because this is again in ascending order. So when we reduce 13 from 20, we get the value of 7. When we reduce 20 from 26, we get the value of 6. When we reduce 26 from 31, we get the value of 5. So now this is making a sound series so that we can make conclusion, easy, very easy conclusion. Okay, this is just a reduction of 1. First, here is 7, there is 6, there is 5. Certainly there shall be 4. Certainly there shall be 4. Now you can easily find this series. Okay, 13 plus 7 is 20. 20 plus 6 is 26. 26 plus 5 is 31. So 31 plus 4 should be 35. Now 11 plus 13 is 24. 24 plus 20 is 44. 44 plus 26 is 70. 70 plus 31 is 101, and 101 plus 35 should be 136, and that should be our right answer. That should come at place of a question mark, and I hope you would have got the complete idea of how I have solved this specific question. So now just going to move further with the question number 9, and I'm just going to show you right here. Okay, so this is very different from all the previous 8 question, and this is asking you to find the wrong term in the series. That means this series is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 elements. Okay, in all these 7 elements, one element is wrong. Now we have to find what is the wrong element. Okay, so now by merely looking at the series, you can get to know that this is the operation, this is the mixed method, and multiplication can be applied first of all, because the differences are huge. 10, 26, 74, 218, 655, you can easily find that neither plus nor minus nor differentiation, nothing can be applied, nor squares nor cubes, nothing can be applied, only multiplication, because multiplication makes the differences very large. Okay, now we move further. I'm just again writing here in my way. I'm writing here first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, so that I'm writing here the description of all the items. So I'm writing here 10, then here is 26, then there is 74, then there is 218, then there is 654, then there is 1946, and we see what is the wrong. Okay, so now we have to find how 26 comes on the basis of 10. Okay, very easy to understand. When we multiply 10 by 3, we get 30, which is very closer to 26. When we reduce 4 from 30, we get the value of 26, and that was easy to understand. Okay, now this is 26. Okay, what should be multiplied by 26 so that we get very close to 74? That again very easy. Okay, so when we multiply 26 by 3, then we get the value of 78, and when we reduce from 78 the 4, then we get the value of 74. Now we have to find what should be multiplied with the 74 so that we get closer to 218. Now again, this is 3. When we multiply 3 by 74, we get the value of, let me calculate, 7 by 3, 210, and there should be 222. Okay, when we reduce 4 from 222, we get the value of 218. Okay, now that was easy. Now, so now we can easily see the combination. Everywhere there is the multiplication of 3 first of all, and after that there is the reduction of 4 from the resultant value. So we shall multiply 218 by 3. When we multiply this by this by 3, let me solve it. 2 multiplied by 3, that is 6, and that is 10 multiplied by 3, that is 30. 630 8, so that comes to be 654. Now we have to reduce 4 from that. When we reduce 4 from that, we get the value of 650. But what is this? Here is given 654, but our answer should be 650. So that means this is the wrong item in the series. So in this way, you can find what is the wrong item in the series. So I hope you would have got the idea of how I arrived at this specific conclusion that a specific value in the series is wrong. So in this way, you should be very aware and you should be very careful regarding all the methods of different ways by which we can solve the answers. Okay, now going towards the last question of this video series. This is the 10th question. Question mark is given in the middle of the series. 5 items have been given specifically. Okay, I think, okay, differences are very low because, okay, 59, 58, 56, 52, then 25, something can be there. Okay, so differences are low. Okay, so first of all, we shall move with the method of a differentiation, but there is a decimal. I must tell you, whenever there is decimal, students feel that is going to be very difficult, but that is very easy to solve out. And I am going to tell you right now how. When we reduce, okay, then this is in a descending order. Then first of all, there is 59, then 58, then 56, then 52. That means we shall not reduce from second element to the first element. We shall reduce from first element to the second element. Then from second element to the third element, then from third element the fourth element. In this way we shall move further. So when we reduce from 59.76 the value of 58.66, then we get the answer of 1.10. This is our answer. When we reduce from 58.66 the value of 56.46, then you get the value of 2.20. Okay, so when we reduce from 56.46 the value of 52.06, we get the value of 4.40. Okay, so that's very easy. Okay, because everywhere you can see now there is multiplication of 2, because when we multiply 2 in 1.10, then we get the value of 2.20. So when we multiply in 2.20 the value of 2, we get the value of 4.40. In the same way, if we multiply with 4.40 the value of 2, then we can get the value what shall come at the place here. Okay, so here shall come 8.80. So now what we have to do, as a reduction is there in all the cases, so we have to reduce from 52.06 the value of 8.80. And when we reduce that, let me solve this. Okay, 44, then 43, 43.26. Okay, this is 43.26. You should be sound enough in all the mathematical operations. So it should be the right answer to be placed at the value or at the level of a question mark. So you can assume, you can feel that I was very fast to answer that, and you just believe me, I have not solved all these, okay, before. So you should be very extreme, very good in summation, minus, multiplication, squares and cubes. Only then you shall be able to answer all the questions of the number series. So I hope you would have got idea completely what is there for us. I hope that you were very regular with everything provided by us. I have already given you information in the basic lecture of a number series that we shall be solving these kind of questions. So I have given you the complete description. You would have got a complete knowledge regarding the system of number series, and I hope that you shall be able to answer all these questions. Now there shall be the test of 10 questions. So in this way, we shall be finishing this completely, and the next topic shall be regarding the letter series. Okay, so now again I'm just telling you that was just a simple mistake. The spelling of multiple here was wrong. Okay, so now thank you so much for joining me in this lecture. I hope you have got idea. If you feel any kind of trouble in any question being posted in the test, then you can simply ask us, then we shall be replying you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for joining me.